I am me. That's it. Everyone is different. That's a fact. But for some reason, it's still hard for some people to accept that. But why pick on me? Why try to change what's in my head? If everyone was all the boring old same, we'd be better off dead. Judge me for my condition? Blame me for being this way? All those who truly think that in their next life they shall truly pay. You have a problem with me? You think you're so cool and rad? It's your ignorant personality that actually makes you terribly bad. Your mind is a warfield, your heart's cold as stone. What an evil soul that you own. That everyone is different is exactly what makes the world such a good and fun place. Why must you live with people like you? What a sad disgrace. Or maybe I'm wrong here. Maybe it's no fault of your own somehow. But with that being said, what would it take to get through your thick head? How much love do you need to awake your heart from being dead? May all evil finally abandon this earth. May every one person finally recognize and appreciate each individual's worth. And if anyone has a problem with me, then they can talk to the Creator, because everyone is truly precious. No one is greater.
Growing up with a learning disability, it was something that I couldn't explain. And for the longest time, I couldn't explain it to myself.
I've noticed in high school especially, it kind of started there where I noticed that not everyone would understand me. And I started to really notice just how different I was than most people. I have my tics, my movements, my stutters or whatever. And sometimes people would just look at me and see this special needs person who just likes to rock back and forth.
At the beginning of the process, I had friends around me that also had learning disabilities, but I think because we were so young and we were kids, we didn't know what it was, so we didn't really talk about it. It's kind of like a hush-hush secret.
The sad thing is that they would see that person first before seeing someone who's like nice and intelligent and smart and who they actually are basically. Someone who has their interests and goals and hobbies and dreams and who wants to share their art with the world, their creativity, their poetry in my case, or whatever else.
When my brother was younger, he kept more to himself. He had trouble speaking. He didn't really speak much. As he got older, he started to realize his own disability. I don't think he understood when he was younger, but as he got older, he started to realize his limitations and his gifts.
It was important for me to model her life through the model of inclusion. We needed to show family and friends and ourselves and her respect that we have to be able to include her in everyday life. It can't, with supports when needed, absolutely, but we would support anybody who needed it. But we need to be able to give those age-appropriate, those inclusive opportunities, because what it does is not only celebrate who she is and give her the dignity that she deserves, but it teaches everyone around us.
We have to recognize the value that everyone has in life. We have to recognize the value that we all have in life and recognize that value in all other people. Even the smallest of people, even the most crippled of people, we have to recognize that human life is the most amazing thing in the world, and we have to have the responsibility to bring that up.
What I worry most for young people that may be diagnosed and labeled is that they will never understand or actually reach their true potential. Because for me, I felt like it was unpacking all these emotions and going back in time and putting things together in my life and realizing that, hey, even though I have a learning disability, it doesn't mean that I need to stop and limit my life.
But he wants to be like other people, so that's what pushes him so much through school and college, and eventually he graduated because he was just so dedicated with accomplishing the task that he wanted to accomplish. Because he saw me, he saw our cousins, we're going to school, we're going to graduate and whatnot, right? And he wanted that too.
The reason that I started writing poetry is because I wanted people to understand that I'm actually intelligent. I wanted people to actually see who I am. I wanted people to understand me as an intelligent person. SCC has really helped me out a whole lot, with reading my poems. SCC here, it was actually the first time I've ever realized that I can read my poems. People will like it. I can communicate with them and connect with them in that sense of the way and share my message, and that'll happen here. So I'm very grateful for all the opportunities that they've given me, and retreats are awesome. Usually how it works is that, Catholic school, kids would usually come over and I would read my poem to them. But the whole thing with getting together, being part of a community. That's often what we do at SEC. That's what SEC here is like, that's what it's all about.
I can tell you that many of our students have been affected personally. I know I have by attending the Sarah Elizabeth Center. In fact, most students, upon our return from the Sarah Elizabeth Center, whether it's for a volunteer opportunity or a grade level retreat, first of all, there's a little bit of reflection there. What did we just experience? What did we see? What did we hear? These are some of the questions we ask. And there's always a number of students that will say, sir, I want to do more. How do I go back? How do I give back?
Every single person that comes here is really given the chance to shine their abilities. It's not just about their disabilities, it's about their abilities and their chance to really shine their gifts, their light in this world. It is such a beautiful thing to have the chance to do that. They come here in a world where they're really not accepted in a lot of areas. They don't have a lot of places to go where they can really be who they really want to be.
It gives me great joy to be able to offer my talents to these gifted participants who show me every day how talented they really are. And it's actually pretty easy working with them because they just worry about making sure that you're happy and that we're having a good time. It's more easier than the people I work with in the industry, right?
They're really, really, really good for the community. They do a lot of great work, and we collaborate together. We visit, they visit, we communicate, we share ideas, we attend each other's fundraisers. We are there for each other, and that's the whole thing. The main thing is that we serve the community, and the community, I'm pretty sure, appreciates all the hard work that all the volunteers, not only the founders, all the volunteers put into the efforts that we put in.
One of the greatest gifts that we receive when we go out and serve in the community is the surprise that we might think that we're helping others, but really when you serve someone else, and we're all called to serve out of love, that you are as well receiving something back. In fact, I would argue that when we volunteer in organizations, when we serve others, it is not the other that's receiving, but rather the person giving is receiving.
They go through their whole lives really not being included in a lot of things. They don't get the opportunities that other people get. But here, they get to be the stars. They get to shine whatever gifts they have. So whether it's art or drama or music or media or television or whatever, any kind of arts in any way, shape or form, they get to really shine. And whatever it is that they do well at, they are encouraged to really develop.
The mentorship program has brought forth a lot of amazing talent and gifts of each of our participants. In particular, we've had a lot of great outreach with one of our participants who's done a lot of literacy work. We were able to receive a grant for him to do a food blog and to go out into the community as an ambassador for special needs adults.
There's just so much that these kids can offer to everyone that is involved with us. I'm finding out so much things every single day that I never knew, and I've known them for quite a bit of time. So I don't know. I'm just happy that I get to be a part of this with them. SCC has shown me a lot. I've learned a lot, and I'm just glad that things are growing.
See, we're called to live in relationship. We're not called to live in isolation. And so regardless of our backgrounds, our culture, our sexual orientation, our various abilities that we might have, we're called to live together, to live in relationship. So by going out in service, by going to the Sarah Elizabeth Center and spending a day, spending a retreat, spending a placement, a student placement with the community, we are receiving much more.
We are so happy to be a part of Sarah Elizabeth Center. When we gave birth to our daughter, our 8th child, Sarah Elizabeth, it was an incredible moment where we really didn't know what was going on, and it was a moment of turmoil. But As the story has been told a few times, he's been able to transform that experience in our family and brought us to such a moment of joy that we can share with you tonight, for example, where we've been able to connect. Not only has Sarah Elizabeth Centre been named in tribute to her, but to see it to come to fruition and to be able to connect with so many beautiful families.
When I see the world through Frankie's eyes, and his smile is just infectious. There's nothing that could ever take away my pain except his smile. When I see his smile, it fills my heart with joy.
My brother is in the right place with being an anchorman in the SEC. Like he's just full of energy. He makes people excited. He gets people excited, and he's the perfect shoe-in. Like honestly, like he is in the right place where he wants to be, where his talents just flourish. You know, thanks to Sarah Elizabeth Centre, his talents can flourish thanks to his anchorman position, and I think he does an amazing job.
The future goals we have in mind are to expand this to even more participants, to give a lot of participants the ability to outreach more into our community and to showcase their work and share their talents with the community as much as possible.
We want to be able to grow professionally because we want to treat it as real situations for them so that we can get them ready for the real world.
So yeah, it's been great. I mean, I'm very thankful for the opportunity to shine and share my talents, and SEC has done a great deal of good for me. You know, I've had my good days, my bad days, but mostly good, hopefully. And yeah, I'm very thankful for being able to shine, to share, and for everything that SEC has done for me.
On behalf of Sarah Elizabeth Centre, I want to thank you for being a part of not only tonight, but a part of our journey as we continue to grow together, and let's continue to focus on joy.